video, I'll be showing you how to check the data that is saved in your Atom install location and compare it to what should be saved in the same place in process reporting. So in process reporting, you have your execution and you have your timestamps. When you click on these timestamps, you can see the documents that will process with that execution. But if for whatever reason you don't see a document here that you're expecting, or maybe the a process ran and didn't show up in process reporting, and you just want to see if it's the data's there at all, you can go into your Atom install location and go into a directory called data. And this data directory is where everything in all those documents are stored. All the information that Boomi shows in process reporting is stored other than logs. So if we go to the most recent date, the 4th in this case, you see that there's a bunch of what seems to be non-human readable data. But all of this is linked to a specific execution in process reporting, or just in general. So you'll notice that each one of these is basically 4 sets of documents with the same 16-digit hexadecimal key. So everything with the same hexadecimal key is related. And you have basically 2 sets of data here. You have the p metadata, which is the metadata for that run. And you can see here that this was a execution of variable test. And here's the execution ID of it. And you can also see that you can also see various other data about that particular run. And then the actual .data file is the actual data that was run in that process. In my case, it was just a text file with the word text in it. So that's why that's all that's here. But if you had a more detailed document, you may have more information here. But if you wanted to find an easy way to link this data up with an execution ID that you already had, what you can do is you can open up a terminal, and in Windows, you will need to run a command similar to this. Well, actually, before you run that command, you need to navigate to that data path. So in this case, that would be here. All right. Then once you're in the data directory of your Atom, you can run this command. And what this command will do is basically looking for anything in that directory with the word execution in it. So if we run it, you'll see it'll pull back a bunch of information. And so you can see this is the execution ID for that particular run. It happened on the 4th of November. And you'll see that this is the hexadecimal key for that .dat file. So then you can then go back into, you can take this data, come back here, and search it. And you'll see these are the 4 documents that came with it. And so then you can open up the .dat file for that. And you see in this case, there was a blank document that got ran. But you can do that with any set of data at all. The only caveat to this is you'll notice that the only things I got back, except for this top one, is from the 4th. And that is because after 24 hours or so, it will zip the directory. So if I go to any other date here, you'll see that they're all zipped. So if you were trying to do this for data that is older than 24 hours, you will need to go into that directory and unzip these files. And the reason why the one on the 22nd showed up is because I have one that's unzipped that I did just so it would pull up in that test. But that is what you can do with that.